Hello. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to deploy a Node.js REST API to AWS using serverless components, and we're going to do all this using the less CLI. So let's get straight into it. So I'm in VS Code. You can see that I have an empty project. I'm already logged in to less in my terminal, and I already have the CLI installed. So you can check out CLI commands here. I want to create a new route. So I'm going to say less CLI, create route, and you can provide all the options or you can just create the folder yourself. So in this case, I'm going to create a demo API. The route is just going to be hello. I can use either JavaScript or Python. I'm going to go with JavaScript on this one, and it's going to be a GET request. So my route was created. You can see it here in the navigator. Let me add a console log. Hello from less. All right, and that should be it. I should be able to deploy this. So less CLI deploy, and I'm going to call this Node API. All right, it's going to take maybe about a minute since it's my first deploy for this project. So it's just creating my API gateway, and then this function here is going to be a Lambda function. You can see I don't need like a package JSON or anything like that. In this case, I don't have dependencies, but this is just code, right? So if I did have dependencies installed, it would work the same. So you can integrate this with any tools that you're used to using. If you need to create an account, get the CLI, look at the documentation, you can go to docs.less.shuva.io. Let me pull that up. So if you follow the sign in, sign up, or if you just look at the help commands in the CLI, you'll see what you need to do to create your account. I was using npm in this case, or I already had the installed via npm. Here's the REST API documentation. Let me let it finish deploying, and then we can test and make sure that everything is working correctly. All right, so deploy completed. In my API URLs, I can see that I have a demo API. I could have had more than one, but I have my one API here, and it has its route. Let me open this up. It has its URL, and then that's not the proper route, so let me go to hello, and we can see that that's working. Reload it a couple times, let it hit that a couple more times, and then what I can do is visit the less dashboard so I can check out my project. So I'll pull that up, and I can also say less CLI AWS access if I want to look at it directly in the AWS portal. So let me copy this, navigate here, take me to the AWS console, paste that. This is my password that was generated, and it has an extra space. Hold on. There we go. Paste my password, and that'll let me get into the console. I don't want to save that. Nope. All right, so in the AWS console, I have an isolated AWS account, and I can check out my Lambda functions here. Let's see. So this is the function that was just deployed. Again, it's sitting behind an API gateway. It's a Lambda function. It's not much I can do here. There are a few restrictions so that we don't break things. But I can check out my logs and my metrics. There we go. So you can see I hit the route a couple times. I can see some of the metrics that have already come through. I can go check out my CloudWatch logs. Cool, and I have my log group. And here are my logs. Cool. So I don't think it really gets much easier than that deploying code to AWS. In the less dashboard, it's a little bit easier to deal with logs because you're not dealing with like separate log groups. Those of you who know what that is, you know, every time you deploy or after certain periods of times, the logs end up getting separated. I don't know, I think just in general, navigating their console is a bit of a hassle. So we can also come in here and make it a little bit easier to look at the logs this way, or I can also look at it through the CLI using the log command here. All right, like I said, it's just JavaScript code. So I can do like npm init and install dependencies. So let me install install Faker. Here it is. Faker. How do I get started? Yarn. I'm not going to do it in dev because I'm just going to use it in production in this case. So yarn add Faker. Cool. And then how do I use this thing? Name, let me get this name, and I'll replace this with, instead of hello world, I'll just say hello random name. Oops. Hello random name, and I have to import it, but we use the require syntax, so say const faker equals require this guy, and let's see, hello from less, random, full name, blah, 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 and yeah, I should be able to deploy that then. Let's CLI deploy. Let me deploy one more time. And just to make it easier to see the logs, I'll just do it straight from the dashboard this time. Yeah, AWS console kind of sucks, so. Let's give it just one more minute and we can see our second deployment. And but yeah, we're using Faker in this case. You can install Postgres, MongoDB, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, essentially, that you can do in a serverless function, you can do in your JavaScript code here. Check out the documentation. Again, you can go to docs.less.shuva.io. I'll be adding more videos, more complete guides, make you see, like, you know, how to set status codes, headers, body, etc., creating WebSockets. So I'll be creating other videos for all of this other functionality that we have here. But yeah, just want to show you guys how to quickly and easily create a API gateway serverless with Lambda function in AWS. So I'll also do more videos using Python as well. Just dive a little bit deeper. But yeah, subscribe so you can follow along and get notified when those things do come out. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. It's a new account, so I can't add like too many links or things like that to the description, but I'll get more and more info provided as we have more things open up in AWS. So yeah, we can see hello Harold Borer III, hello Olivia Hewell. Coming here, I can reload. We don't have this live like streaming with a socket, but better than nothing. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you. Looking forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks for tuning in.